Welcome back to Basic Prepping for Everybody. I'm Andrea, and this is the third show in a series of how to survive a natural disaster and help you make your groceries stretch for your family or yourself in hard economic times. Last show, we showed you how to make pan-made enchiladas using a meal prep bag. I use a 2-gallon bag and put items that are just add water and canned items. Today we're going to make chicken and vegetables over rice with a side of biscuits or rolls. So let's get started. Now remember, meal prep bags you can put in your pantry at your home, your dorm room, your office may have a kitchen, a tub when you go camping, or even in your dorm room. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is make our rice. So we've already turned on the stove, and you just want to get a nice sized pan. And the items we're going to use, like I said, are 5 to 6 items in the bag. So we have Knorr rice from the Dollar Tree store. We have a can of peas, a can of carrots, a can of cream of chicken, and you can use Tyson chicken, Swanson chicken. I chose to use these really nice new packages of StarKist chicken. Those are easy to put in the pantry bag, in your dorm room, in a camper, in a tub in your car, or in your office. All right, so if you got your notebooks, we're gonna make our meal prep bag and let's get started. Okay, so it calls for 2 cups of water, and that's 1 bottle of water. And we're going to bring it to a boil. We're also going to use, it calls for margarine. I use cooking oil because, you know, your margarine may be bad in your refrigerator if the grid goes down. There's 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. All right, and then we're going to bring that to a boil, putting our entire packet of Knorr rice in, and we're going to give it a good mix. And it's going to take about 8 minutes to cook. So while that's cooking, we're going to leave that cook. We're going to cook our chicken, and we're going to brown our chicken. So while your rice is cooking, we're going to go ahead and put the packages of the chicken in the pan. So we're going to add 1 tablespoon of oil to brown the chicken. And then we're going to take our chicken packages. Again, you can use Tyson or Swanson. Now these are nice because they're going to go right into the pan. And both of these are on low. And remember to have a fire extinguisher handy. So now we're going to brown our chicken just like you would brown a normal chicken in a pan. Everything we're doing on the camp stove because the electricity has gone out due to a flood or a fire, or you're using this meal to make groceries stretch. Now the next thing we're going to do is add seasonings. So everybody likes salt and pepper. If you don't like pepper or you don't want to put salt and pepper on, there's pre-made chicken grilling seasoning. This is from a store called Hy-Vee. And you can find poultry seasoning at the Dollar Tree store as well. So we're just going to season it a little bit. And we're going to put a little bit of salt. And we're going to shake a little bit of pepper on there. And there's your chicken cooking up. That's 2 5 ounces of chicken. Okay, so that's going to brown. We're going to let that brown for about 5 minutes. Okay, now we're going to go and look at our rice. And again, this is going to take about 8 minutes to be cooked, and this is going to take about 5 minutes. So while that's cooking, let's talk about what our sides are. Now you can pre-make up Bisquick biscuits, and that's in the cost of the price of the meal, or you can do Hawaiian rolls. Now these are really easy to pull apart. We're gonna put them on top of our meal when we're done to heat them up. You can eat them like this. Now remember, we're in a grid down situation and we may not be able to take butter along with us or margarine. These already have a really nice flavor on them. They're King's Hawaiian. And the biscuits, you cannot go wrong with Bisquick. The recipe is on the back of the box. It calls for 2 cups of Bisquick, 3/4 cup of milk, and you can always bring canned milk along, and 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. Now we made these up ahead of time. That's a whole nother show. There's 1,000 ways to make biscuits. So in the cost of this whole meal, it came up to $4.50 with the Bisquick. That's including the chicken, the rice, the vegetables, which we're gonna pour on top. If you add the rolls, it's another $1, so it would be $5.50. So you really can't go wrong with a meal that's $4.50 or $5.50 per person for a family of 4. All right, so we're gonna turn our rice off, and the burner is completely off. And there's your finished rice. And we're gonna let it sit in this bowl. And I'm gonna put foil over it. And you can think to put foil right next to your meal prep bags in your pantry. If you have to grab this bag in your camp stove and go and vacate due to a fire or a flood, it's ready. All right, and there's your rice. Okay, as I stated, we're gonna take also some foil from the Dollar Tree store. I shop at a lot of different stores. I shop at Hy-Vee, Super Saver, Walmart, Target, the Dollar Tree store, and I get the items that are the least expensive. And you can buy boring items to make your meal, especially if you're gonna use a lot of foil. Okay, so we have our rice. We're gonna let that stay heated. Now we're gonna come back to our chicken, which has browned. Believe it or not, it's browned. Coming out of that package, it was a little bit on the creamy white side. And the next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna spread it out in the pan, and we're gonna put 1 can of cream of chicken, Campbell's, or whatever soup. If you use a generic brand, that's fine. I happen to like Campbell's. All right, so that's mixed really well, and we're gonna pour it right over our chicken. And at this point, I put poultry seasoning. This is also from the Dollar Tree store aisle. And you want to give just a couple of shakes. It's going to give it a really good flavor. And if you want to put some more salt and pepper on, you can. And we're going to mix that up really well. All right, so there's your chicken. And if you put the rolls on top, it's almost like a pot pie. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put our carrots in. 1 can of carrots. Get them all in there. And 1 can of green peas. There you go. And now I'm gonna go ahead and take and mix it with a spoon. And mix it all together. It makes a really, really pretty dish. And while everybody's stressed out, running around, trying to figure out what are they gonna eat, you'll be prepared. All right, it's a really colorful dish too. This is a serving for 2 people. If you do 4, so we're gonna do 5 tablespoons. Then we're gonna put our chicken mixture on top. And then we're gonna turn our burner off, all the way off. Okay, this is the best part. Rolls and or biscuits. These are pull apart, so you can put them on the side or you can put them right on top. This is up to you. This is just a really good meal to have if you're in a stressful situation. So let's go ahead and put one on top. Right in the center. And then if you want a biscuit, let's say you want a biscuit too, and these are really buttery and flaky. And there you go. In 10 minutes, you made a chicken and rice meal with vegetables and a roll or a biscuit.
Okay,
and here we have our homemade pot pie meal with a roll and a biscuit served over rice. Let's try it. This is so good. And let's try a part of the roll. These are Hawaiian King pull-apart buttery rolls. And this is a homemade biscuit. And this is the first time I made biscuits. Remember, the recipe's on the back of the box. It's a whole nother show. There's 1,000 ways to make biscuits. Very flaky for a first time of making them. So remember, you too can make homemade meals on a camp stove in a grid down situation using your meal prep bags that you have in your pantry, your office, your dorm room, your car, your camper. Tune in next time. We're going to show you how to make pull apart barbecue beef sandwiches with a can of whole potatoes. Happy prepping, everybody.